not written in your law that ye are gods? You understand what I'm saying? So it just depends on what level you on based on, whether you're human or whether you're immortal.
At ease. It's your boy Soul Immortal. Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier. I took the bait, man. A few weeks ago, I'm out grocery shopping, right? So I walk out of a Kroger's, man. I'm loading my groceries into my vehicle. You know, and it's a little cold outside, so I sit down and I let my car run for a little bit, right? So in this few seconds, I'm scrolling through the gram, you know, burning time. And I land on a post of a young lady doing what I would soon find out shortly afterwards to be the busted challenge, right? So I'm looking at the young lady do the busted challenge, right? And the next thing I know, I'm looking at another young lady do it, right? And a few minutes later, I noticed that I was looking at another young lady doing it, right? Before I know it, man, I think the sun had went down a little bit on me, right? I noticed that the ice cream and the cold food that I had started to thaw out on me, right? And it was at that moment I knew that it had me, right? Today, brothers, I want to talk to you about why I got off of social media. Now, the first reason on why I got off of social media and why I think some people should even, you know, think about taking at least a brief hiatus away from it, right? Is because, you know, it has a tendency to cause a person to be stagnant. And this is what I mean, right? So I got on Facebook in 2009. And I believe around 2009, you know, give or take a year, is when everybody kind of started getting on there, right? Now what I noticed is that, you know, you have your certain factions of people like on your Facebook. You know, you got the guys that you know that put the memes out every day. You got the guys that talk about what the Cowboys did every day. You got the women that are in a new relationship, you know, every 30 days, right? And you know, you have other just sections of people that put out constant types of material, right? Now, this is what I noticed. So after about 2011, give or take, maybe 2012, I was burnt out on Facebook. And that's when I started taking long breaks, man. I would get on Facebook maybe a month out of the year at that time. But this is what I noticed. From 2009 to 2012, I noticed that the people that were making these certain posts, I could get off for a year or two. If I went back, it was almost like I didn't miss a beat. You know what I'm saying? The same guys were talking about football. The same young ladies were still, you know, running through guys online. The same mean guys were still posting the same things. It was like, man, like, it was almost like I was gone for maybe 24, 48 hours, right? So you know, now it's to the point where I think I've been off Facebook for maybe a year and a half, maybe 2 years. But I know for a fact that if I go back right now, it's going to be the exact same way it was. Everybody posting the exact same thing as they were in 2009, right? So you have to think about it. You have to say, well, if I stay in that mode, if I stay in that frequency where I'm scrolling up this same timeline every day, you have to say that, well, if everybody in this you know, digital world is remaining the exact same, then surely that would have been the same thing to happen to me, because I can always feel my level of consciousness increase when I got off of Facebook, and that's why I got off of it and stayed off of it forever. So the number one reason, or the first reason why I did away with social media, is because it has a tendency to make a person stagnant. Now, the second reason on why I got off of social media is because of the illusion of perfection, right? Nobody in the world of social media ever takes an L, right? All the women you see on social media all have, the perfect, motivational posts. They have the perfect pictures where the lighting is just right, the makeup is tight. The Louis bag and the Prada belt or whatever is always just facing the camera so perfectly. You know what I'm saying? It's a world of an illusion, right? Even the men, every single man in the world of social media, primarily the gram, is Tony Montana, right? Every single man, is on his grind. Every single man has a collection of baddies on his side. And what we don't understand is like in the world of Instagram, what tends to happen is it becomes a rat race for everybody to post, the next ultimate picture. You know what I'm saying? I guarantee you, every single person on Instagram, myself included, I don't think there's anybody on the gram that can say, you know what, I don't have a single post in my whole collection of posts that wasn't inspired by the gram. And when I say inspired, I mean I guarantee you, everybody has at least one hiking trip, one vacation, one dinner date that was inspired by the gram. In other words, before you even made this appointment to go do this thing, in your mind you was like, I bet these will be some dope pictures for the gram, right? And I'm telling you, that is a trap. That is a prison within itself. Because what it does is this. What it does is once you come off, once you log off, once you put that cell phone down and you're back in this real world, now you're comparing this real world to this world of perfection that's on your cell phone, right? When you see men and women out in public and they're just standard looking, average looking, everyday attractive people, you're gonna look at them on a lower tier because you're used to seeing women that's tens all day, right? When you see the man that's driving a regular car that has a standard good 9 to 5. You gonna look at that man as if he's lower tier because he doesn't have a wad of hundreds like he does on the gram, or he's not acting like he's in grind mode 100% of the day. You know what I'm saying? So it just becomes an illusion of perfection, and it can easily steer you down a crazy road, right? What the gram needs to be, man. These women with all these perfect pictures, right? They also need to be posting pictures, without the lace front, right? They also need to be posting pictures without the waist trainer, without the makeup, right? And give it some balance. Show me the good with the everyday look, right? The men that are posting wads of money to the ears, the men that are, leaning against the rented Lambos, right? Show me some screenshots of those student loans, right? Go live when the guy's knocking on the door telling you ain't paid your furniture bill. Give me some balance. So the number 2 reason on why I got off of social media is just a reality check, man. Just to see everyday life and appreciate life for what it is. Because that illusion of perfection is dangerous. So the third reason on why I quit social media, right, is this. If Adam's downfall in the story in the Bible, if Adam's downfall happened the moment he took a bite of the apple, then social media is the land of apple pie, right? Now, I consider myself to be, a mentally strong brother when it comes to my sexual desires, right? I'm not the type of brother that has to look at every single ass that walks by, right? I'm easily able to abstain from sex, right? And if I'm going to get involved and exchange that type of energy with a woman, then my energy is priority. In other words, I'm not getting with the woman that's going to send me, to an energetic deficit, right? But damn, Gina, it's almost impossible to tiptoe through the land of Instagram without seeing ass, lips, and thighs. You know what I'm saying? In 2021, it makes no sense to even go to strip clubs anymore. You know what I'm saying? OnlyFans, like for what? It's almost to the point, and it's getting there, where you no longer even have to go to the hub. You know what I'm saying? Because just standard social media is showing everything. I can imagine what it's like, for a young man, right? Because you have to understand, you guys that are young right now, that are in your 20s, and what you don't understand is that this is new. You know what I'm saying? Like back in the days, back when I was young, there was no gram. You know what I'm saying? There was no Facebook. There was no OnlyFans. There was no hub. All we had was that large J.C. Penney catalog that you got once a year that you could thumb through, and every shade of woman looked the exact same and had this mannequin-esque appeal about herself, right? But nowadays, you young guys can just hit one single button and you have access to it all, man. So you guys, man, I can't imagine, what it's like. I can't imagine, the ability not to be able to focus as a young man just coming to the world and being exposed to this. Even your teachers, your young brothers' teachers, man. I go to my son's school and I'm looking at teachers like, man, teachers did not look like this 20 years ago, 30 years ago. But yeah, the reason I got off of the gram, because this is the thing. I'm a straight man, so I'm not against sexy women doing sexy things, right? But the thing about me is, during the course of the day, when I'm handling business, when I'm trying to stay focused, I don't need to be thumbing through something where I'm seeing, these sexy women, dropping it like it's hot and posting booty pictures all day, right? So at the end of the day, it's a matter of me not being able to focus on what I need to focus on. The gram and social media becomes more of a playground that's just an ultimate distraction for me. At the end of the day, brothers, all I'm saying is this. If you're going to be on social media, just be aware of the dangers of it, right? So one, don't get caught up in the trap of being stagnant. The majority of people that are on social media that refuse to ever give it a break, right? These people are trapped in a web. These people are in a trance and don't even know it. So just be aware and don't fall into that stagnant energy where you look up and 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, you're in the exact same spot that you are right now, right? Two, don't compete with the illusion. Again, man, I'm telling you, Instagram is everyone's perfect illusion of themselves, right? So just don't get caught up in seeing what you see on the gram and confusing it, thinking that this real world is supposed to be, gram-like 24 hours a day, right? So don't get caught up in the illusion. And three is the most important, guys. Whatever you do, do not bite the apple.
Eddie!